remote concrete vault sits in the frozen Arctic. Inside of it currently sits 1.3 million types of plant seeds from all over the world. Backups of the world's crops in case civilization collapses. It's called the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, and it's our fallback plan for agriculture, biodiversity, and survival if the world completely falls apart. Search engines are getting so bad that it's time to ask, do we need something like that for the internet? I'm sure you've noticed how broken searching for anything online is these days. From a simple question, searching for an old forum post from 10 years ago, to troubleshooting a problem your smart fridge is having. There's a good chance that what you find feels off, as if the point of search isn't to find what you're looking for anymore. So what happened? Was it accidentally destroyed by the overwhelming amount of content online? Was it broken intentionally to replace it with AI? Or is the answer something much, much worse? Search engines were built to aggregate the internet quickly and make accurate information accessible. But now, they bury facts beneath noise, and none of it adds up. It isn't accurate, it isn't reliable, and most of the information is hidden away. If truth is disappearing, what does that say about who's controlling it? The question isn't just what's missing, it's who benefits. If certain voices are being silenced, who gets to decide what's true? People are quietly losing access to information and knowledge that we all used to have access to. Now when you look for something, you can't find it. Remember, the internet was crafted by people, and because of that, it felt human-created. The articles you read were written by a human. The videos you watched were made by humans. Everything had a human touch. Now, on the surface it looks polished, but it's been sanitized and stripped of its soul. You search for answers, but nothing feels right. Search engines were never perfect, but now they feel useless. You just want a simple answer, and instead you're getting an AI reply telling you to literally eat rocks. It didn't used to be this hard. Searching used to work. This isn't just a tech failure, it's a power grab. Walled gardens, synthetic consensus, digital amnesia, this is about control. And if we don't pay attention, we lose much more than search. We lose choice. This video is about the idea that search engines aren't just getting worse, they're collapsing on purpose. You've probably noticed it. The quality of search results has plummeted. Real answers are harder to find. It's all AI slop, incorrect answers, sponsored results, and SEO manipulation. We're not dealing with simply bad algorithms. We're watching the slow burial of digital knowledge. Not because it's outdated, but because it's unprofitable. It's always been about money. But when you have to make more money every year, forever, corners aren't going to just be cut. They're going to be severed off. Search is no longer a tool for discovery or learning. It's a narrow funnel to direct you towards what to think. Because of this, we are losing the ability to verify anything independently. Not only that, history can be rewritten in real time. They control the flow of information, so they also control what you see. If they don't want you to see something, you won't see it. It'll be buried away, deep beneath the iceberg known as the internet. This means the last real memories of the old internet might disappear before anyone backs them up. In fact, a 2023 study by Ahrefs found that 90% of content online receives no organic traffic from Google at all. What that means is that most of the internet is already functionally invisible. What you see when you're searching something up is a fraction of less than 10% of what's out there. That's like building the world's biggest library, and then sealing 90% of the books in concrete, and the librarian only shows you the books they want to show you. What's the point? And if you think AI is going to somehow fix this, keep watching. It might be the reason this is happening in the first place. Try Googling something niche, something only you know about or care about. What do you get? Ads, AI sludge, and SEO optimized nonsense that reads like a 5th grader wrote it during a power outage. Real answers are buried underneath click farms and keyword spam. Those old internet forums that had real information, de-indexed. Back in the day when you had a question, a search engine could usually find your answer on an old internet forum from 9 years before. It was so helpful. Now conversations happen in walled gardens, like Discord, where every conversation is spied on, and yet access to all that information and knowledge within is gatekept from outsiders. Even Reddit, once the last bastion of a real human reply, is now flooded with bot replies and AI models regurgitating what it believes is human content. If you've ever used Reddit before, you've talked to an AI without knowing it. Search engines like Google used to feel like a magic librarian. Anything you wanted you could find if you searched hard enough. Now it feels like asking a drunk guy for medical advice. Let's be clear, Google made $348 billion in 2024, and over 80% of that came from ads. The more you click, the more you bounce, the more confused you are, the more they profit. If they give you the correct answer right away, you're just going to close out of the tab, and they don't want that. But if they send you on a wild goose chase, you're likely to click around a lot more. A broken search engine isn't a flaw, it's a feature. First, they took over the market, and then they collapsed the market. Now you, me, and everyone else has to suffer. It's very similar to what Uber and Lyft have done to the taxi industry. They delivered a product at a lower cost and killed off all their competitors. Now that they're the only taxis in town, all they seem to do is raise their rates and decrease their quality. How did they do this? By operating at a loss for years. The goal in the beginning wasn't to make a profit, it was to monopolize the market. Fun fact, Uber was founded in 2009, and only in 2023 did it have its first profitable year. Make that make sense. So what happens when you can't find what you want? Well, you turn to their AI assistant. This is exactly the plan. Now they can shape the questions and answers directly. No need for other websites or companies, just you staying on their website or app for as long as possible. Independent blogs, niche experts, deep dives, all buried together in a shallow grave, under recipe sites that think you need a 10,000 word emotional journey just to make soup. Now here's where it gets darker. In 2024, NewsGuard, an organization tracking misinformation, identified 49 news and information sites that appear to be almost entirely written by artificial intelligence. These AI sites crank out thousands of posts per day, on every topic, and they all say the same thing, even if it's incorrect. The days of a blog or a small website written by a single person or a small team are over. Hordes of AI content on every topic is so much more lucrative, so that's what we all get. This flood of slop not only muddies the water, it also helps to build artificial consensus. Think about it, whatever narrative a corporation, conglomerate, government, or billionaire wants, they get. When a lie is repeated enough times online, search engines start treating it as the truth. Not because it's factual, but because it's everywhere. This is called the illusory truth effect, where if something is repeated enough times, people will believe it's true. This is how we slide from truth into manufactured reality. The synthetic consensus touches every one of us, whether we know it or not. Stop for a second and consider how many things you believe because you were subtly influenced into believing those things. I'd argue 95% of people don't even realize this is happening. Let's talk about forgetting. According to the Internet Archive, over 38% of websites that existed in 2013 are now gone. And with the advent of AI sludge filling in every pathway of the internet, the real human internet is being lost every day. Dead links, unarchived pages, erased communities. Even the Wayback Machine is missing critical snapshots in time. Entire forums wiped away before they could ever be preserved. You might think, who cares, it's just old web pages. But it matters. Those old web pages were real human opinions and thoughts, ideas and perspectives, history, snapshots in time of how real people thought and felt about any given subject. That seems pretty important to me, considering everything is AI now. Real human responses and thoughts are being erased. We're not dealing with just lost pages. We're watching the world's memory being rewritten in real time. Why would the powers that be want our history erased, altered, or forgotten? Because history is written by the winners. If you can create the past and craft the present, then the future is completely up to you. They know this, and they utilize this on us every single day. Search engines suck now, and all of human history is being lost. What can we do? We create the Internet Seed Vault. Just as 1 million plus seeds from all over the world are preserved in a seed vault in Svalbard, the Internet needs the same thing. A multitude of offline and online backups of the real web. Search engine snapshots, lost forums, image archives. Everything needs to be preserved and frozen in time in a way that is unalterable once it's included. Just as how Bitcoin is on the blockchain, perhaps the Internet Seed Vault should be as well. What this means is that once something is added to the vault, it can't be quietly changed, edited, or deleted later. The blockchain works by having millions of independent computers all over the world verify and agree on what's real, meaning no single person, company, or government can tamper with the records without everyone else noticing. It checks any new changes with every record of the millions that are out there, and if it doesn't match, the change is ignored. It's not stored in one place, it's stored everywhere. No one would be powerful enough to change the Internet Seed Vault. It's the opposite of what we're seeing now, where a handful of companies can silently erase articles, bury search results, or rewrite history without anyone even realizing. A blockchain-backed Internet Seed Vault would be like freezing reality in amber, permanently outside the reach of censors, algorithms, and revisionists. The last bastion of human interaction, frozen in time for all to explore, a place where AI, greed, and monetization can't reach. So what does all this mean? Search isn't broken by accident. It's broken because it benefits those in control. The past is being blurred, the present is being scripted, the future might be auto-completed. Maybe the Internet Seed Vault is our last hope. Or maybe it's a sign that we need to change how we treat digital truth entirely. Don't assume that knowledge will always be searchable. It's already disappearing. Future historians will wonder how an entire species uploaded all of its collective knowledge, only to somehow forget to hit save. Maybe the Internet Seed Vault won't be enough. Maybe we're already too late. What do you think? Leave your theories and experiences in the comments below, and unlike search engines, I archive the good ones. Until next time, never stop searching.